turn down our music here a bit. This is stream for Purdue Black versus Middle Tennessee State University, MTSU Lightning. We are getting our map selections in here. Purdue Black has chosen first map as Busan.
Wow, I really like
And
Busan. Great map choice.
let's see, they have banned Freya. Let me pull up my bans here. They banned Freya. The other side, MTSU, has decided to ban a Wrecking Ball. So we got our
Ooh, big
bans in
ban on the
here.
ball.
Ball ban is going to be probably a good ban.
I
I have
like it too,
realized
Matthew.
my scene here, bans, is a little messed up. There we go. Fix that. Alright, and we are going to be getting into the match in just a second here. My co-caster here is Adam, or also known as Estijois. My name is Matthew or Monster. We are both Purdue alumni. That is about all you need to know about us. And now we are just waiting on the game to get started here.
I'm very excited. Very excited. Can you tell me
Adam,
what you know about this Middle Tennessee Sub C roster, Monster?
literally nothing. I was pulled into this because we wanted to have more streams going today, so this ought to be fun. We're gonna watch some. The season dropped like 2 days ago, so that should cause some interesting things. Maybe we'll see some Jetpack Cat.
Yeah. These new heroes, they really change the whole paradigm.
They do. They change it completely. To what? I do not know, because I have played this game once for the new season. And I believe you've played it not since season 6.
No, I played it. I played the new season just last night.
You did? Tell me, what's
I
the
did,
name
yeah.
of any new hero?
Emre, bro.
Oh, you got one. Good job, good job. I'll give you that one. You
And
got
then
one of them.
There's Jetpack Cat, Domina,
going into our
the
game.
one with the M. You think I don't play this game?
I don't think you do. I'm gonna be so honest.
Well, you're about to see my knowledge.
Oh, we are heading out and right back in. I need to pause my music. There we go. I mean, they couldn't hear the music anyways, but now it's paused. Wait 1 second. They forgot to put the bands actually in, so we don't actually have.
We'll have a slight tech delay.
Yes, slight tech delay. Maybe. Surely they'll start it soon. Surely. There we go.
Now traveling to Busan.
And we're back in Busan, man.
We are.
Exciting news. Busan is a city in South Korea. If you did not know that.
I did. Unfortunately, you have not taught me anything new today. Let's see what comps our teams are gonna start out on here. Like I said, I have not seen any kind of competitive play for our new season here. No idea what's going to be happening. The new heroes might be not allowed in the competitive games for like 2 weeks. I forgot that that's the general league rule for things. So chances are we won't see new heroes today, unfortunately. But there were balance changes that were in the new season.
Someone forgot.
So that is still a big deal.
We got Symmetra, Ash, Sigma, Kiriko, and Lucio on the one team.
Let's not dawdle.
Sorry, I need to remember how to actually spectate this game. It's been a minute.
Okay, we get slight bit of fighting. The barrier has gone down from Sigma. Fighting in the choke point. Just trading
Cassidy
in
gets
with
chunked
damage. Yeah.
Since we are a Purdue stream, we're probably going to be following Purdue Black for the most part. Watching the Mecha Ray on the Ashe here to start.
Yeah.
MTSU is trying to take an engage without... They're not going too far in just yet.
Oh, we get our
Backing out,
first
but
pick.
Winston
The
backs out
Genji
of
gets
it.
down by the Winston.
Mecha Ray is
Ooh,
able to
and
take
the-
out the Cassidy.
Yeah, boom goes the dynamite.
Although MTSU did get the first capture on the point.
Yeah.
The Vendetta does go in, but gets killed before
Oh.
she can actually do any damage.
Mekare gets another kill.
Rafflecopter on the Sigma, starting to push up onto the
Ooh.
point. Purdue is going to eventually take
Free
this
for
point, it looks
Mekare.
like.
And an assist.
Overall, a good
And
fight
they
for
get
Purdue.
it.
They did have to give up nearly a quarter of the entire point to MTSU for that fight, though.
Now let's see how much they can hold on till MTSU tries to claw it back. Monster.
Take a look at MTSU. They're engaged here. The Winston does jump to the
Ooh.
high ground, gets booped right back off.
But he's, yeah, good boot. But he's on the Sigma and Kiriko.
Kiriko used
Oh,
their
he's-
chooser. She's
he's
not going to
running
get
down
out.
there.
Got the TV, just
Yeah,
barely saved
running
herself.
with Kiriko.
We see W Drago here on the Vendetta is just doing a bunch of damage getting into that back line.
Wow, great use of the sword.
The sword is Vendetta's main weapon. And
Yeah.
unfortunately falls to the fire.
Also the
That did
fire.
secure the point back for MTSU. So they are now
Yep.
starting to build up that
Purdue only
percentage
gaining
again.
41%.
41%, that's, I mean, just under half the point. They still got a decent way to go.
It's just how
In a,
much
good,
you
in a
can.
decent spot, though. They have a couple of ultimates, all of their ultimates actually, coming up for this next fight. So we're going to see a big
Yeah,
ult
it's just
fight
how much you
coming
can
up
stop the bleeding.
here. Bob's coming in.
Oh, Kiriko out from
The Kiriko ult comes
MTSU.
up from MTSU. And the Lucio beat comes back to counter that to keep them alive and safe through it. Huge
Oh.
boops from the monkey here.
And MTSU's gonna
Rick.
keep the point.
Rick popped off a little bit.
Well, I guess Purdue had it for a little bit, but that was only 3%.
Each team only used 2 ults there though, so they traded ults for the most part. Although the Lucio beat coming out is kind of a big deal. That is one of their main defensive ults.
And MTSU still has their Lucio beat.
The Dragon Blade coming
Dragon
out
Blade
from
from
base
base-
Ayaka.
Yeah.
They use the beat to come back, but that does mean that the beat is now gone. So Rafflecopter
Yeah.
is free to use a Sigma ult if he wants. And here comes the Sigma ult.
Yeah,
Catches the
great
Winston
call.
out. And there goes Winston.
Dinks down, and now you just need to get the fodder.
That should be the point for Purdue. Oh, we had a pause.
Oh, and we have our first pause of the game.
that assumes that there's going to be more, Adam. Although, given the disconnect here, yeah, you might be right. Maybe this is only the first one.
I mean, at least it's not a 5v4 like the last match I spectated.
When was that match, Adam?
I actually do not remember.
I
It
see.
was-
I see.
It was like fall break for you guys.
Possibly. Unfortunately, we just have to wait. I wonder. Yes, we can hold tab and look at the stats here while we're waiting. You know, just
Matthew,
see what people
when we
are up
look
to.
at that, Matthew, when you look at that screen, what like harkens out the most to you?
Let's see. Taking a look at this. I see the Winston has the most damage in the lobby, actually. It's getting a lot of damage with that cleave from the lightning. Let's look at the... Can I look at the perks on here? I cannot see the perks, so I unfortunately don't know what most of these perks do. Because I do not know the perks off the top of my head. The Kiriko looks on Purdue's side, looks like they went... Their hits, I believe it's their kunai hits, launch 2 extra healing projectiles. I don't know what the Sigma's is. The Dragon Blade one for the Genji is his Dragon Blade swings heal him. I don't know what the Lucio or the Ashe ones are. Looks like we are back in. Did their player come back? W Drago is back. They did
back.
a very important detail. With that disconnect, W Drago lost their ult,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
gonna be
kind of a
hard.
big deal. That Vendetta ult does a lot of damage. It is
Yeah,
sometimes
we're gonna-
difficult to land, but it does a lot of damage if it does.
And we're gonna have not many more fights.
There should only be probably one, maybe two fights if they can stretch
Yeah.
it. Depends if who wins this fight. Sojourn ult does come out. Apple Dog is able to get 1, 2.
2?
Can they get a third?
Oh!
Rumble
goes
Cup
Dynamite
does go
in each
down. That
one.
is 3. Apple Dog is finishing up Purdue here, and that's going to be another capture for MTSU and a team kill.
Yeah, that's a team kill, and he wipes the floor.
Purdue might have a chance to make it back here. We'll see if Beisayaka is on the Vendetta, might be the most mobile here and have the chance to make it back. Purdue does
walls.
not have any ults. They're close to the beat though. The Vendetta does touch the point. Not before getting caught out by the Winston. Can't get any kills, but now
Can't
Purdue
get
has
out.
gotten to the point at least.
And they're just gonna fall down.
They can't.
And the-
Zeradol
Yeah.
3% away from the beat, unable to actually get it off in time to try and keep his team alive.
In Middle Tennessee, they
Take the first round.
cleaned up well.
It was decently back and forth for the most part.
It was decent, but yeah, Middle Tennessee is showing some impressive stuff.
We'll see what changes get made for this second point here, if any. Rick moving over to the Zarya. These are all heroes that you know, Adam.
I know all the heroes. Big Overwatch guy, me.
Big Overwatch guy, yes. What is the difference between Sigma and Zarya in terms of how these teams are going to want to play? Based on your
very-
professional opinion.
Well, all you need to do is Sigma he has the ability to remove all the bad chakra on the team and unleash their inner gates. Well, Zarya is gonna store up your chakra, your good chakra, and use it against you.
Unfortunately, the Zarya won that engagement.
Well, yeah, when the Zarya's on using all her power, laser beam power, I don't know what the scientific term for it is.
The
She
Zarya did have 100 energy. That does make
Her
a big difference.
Yeah,
If we
I've
look
seen
at this
better
perk she
showing.
has, the spotter perk here also, her barriers are gonna let her allies instantly start regenerating and move faster. So she's
Yeah,
playing kind of a
that's
supportive
huge.
Zarya too. Especially with the Vendetta, she can kind of, yeah, like that, she can just get her out really quick. Looking back over at Purdue side, they've swapped to a Vendetta instead of the Genji that they had last time.
Yeah, I think they were pretty impressed from the Vendetta of Where Do I Go?
You can see Vendetta is very good at getting close and just swinging her blade, and that's about it. If you can catch her before she gets there, you can kill her. The problem is she can very easily get there, and very
Yeah, she
easily
reminds
stay.
me of a champion in League of Legends called Tryndamere.
Indeed. Seems
Yeah, when
very
Tryndamere
simple.
gets on you, it's over, but pretty useless if you can get some CC.
However, you see she
and-
does have that one ranged attack, which is pretty good for finishing off some kills.
Well, yeah.
Vendettas can be very hard to kill. Especially when they have a friend like Zeradol on the Lucio here. However, during that fight, Purdue lost 2 of their other players and had to give up the point. So we are now even on percentage once again.
Yeah.
Take a look at Zeradol on the Lucio here. They do have the beat, and they are just launching out
We
the
do a
Bob
grab,
from Mega
though.
Ray.
Rick has the grab.
Vendettas are getting some trades.
When the blood runs, I give chase.
Can the Kiriko
Looks
keep
like
this team
it's
alive?
Vendetta.
No, they cannot.
Looks like it's
MTSU
Vendetta's world, and we're just living in it.
It is. It really is. MTSU is keeping it into this point. W Drago headshotting everyone with a sword.
And a letter could have just been better than that fight.
See if Mekare can get an early pick here.
Playing back
Some good
to
shots
what he
in.
knows.
Cyrodiil does engage. Move their poke a little bit more.
Seems like
Kiriko
they don't
comes
really
out.
have an answer to the Zarya. do you
Biscuit
think?
responds with the B. It does not seem like they have much of an answer for the Zarya, you were right. Anytime that they try to engage on someone, the Zarya is just burying them, bubbling them, and then letting them get away. Base Ayaka with the big Vendetta ult there, kills 2.
Yeah, big. It gets the tank down, and Purdue might gain the point.
They should win the point off this, however, they are at...
Yeah,
MTSU is at 99, so one good fight for MTSU and it's over.
one
Purdue's
good
gonna have to win
fight,
their
and
fights
Purdue has
out.
no ults.
That is a big deal. Base Ayaka, the Vendetta ult does pierce through the Zarya bubble, so that is why they were able to win that fight pretty easily. They can just slice right through those Zarya bubbles and kill 2 people. Zarya can't actually save them in that scenario.
But no ults
W
are going to
Drago
be
is
there for Purdue.
engaging, trying to kill the enemy Vendetta. Apple Dog good with the early pick on
Yeah,
Zerial.
doing some good damage to Sigma. Sigma down.
That's looking like it's
Two
gonna be,
healers.
yeah, definitely
Four
gonna be
down,
the fight
5
for
down,
MTSU.
and that is the point and the map.
That is gonna be a map win for MTSU.
Yeah, so clean stuff from MTSU. They were able to change their picks to get them bigger advantage by changing onto that Zarya from that Winston.
That
What does
did
that
help
show?
a lot.
It shows, yeah, it shows a lot of adaptability. And Rick, with the player of the game, map sector 1.
Yeah, definitely just booping everyone off the map here.
Yeah, that is huge. And that's usually the story of my life, falling down.
We'll head back to
We'll
the
see
map
the next
screen
map.
here while we wait for the next map pick and bans.
What do you think Purdue has to do differently to get ahead on Esperanza?
Did they choose Esperanza? It looks like Esperanza or Esperanza. I don't know how to say Esperanza, right? Esperanza? Esperanza?
Well, it depends on which Spanish accent it's from. Is
It's
it
got like
from
the
Catalunya?
C with the little squiggly line under it. Yeah.
I know in Barcelona has that Barça. So it's Esperanza, I believe.
That sounds right. So Esperanza is looking like it's going to be our next map here. Unless they are just lying to me, which is very possible. If I see map bans come in, we will switch to... Let's go ahead and show our bans here while we're waiting for those to come through. They pick Esperanza, and it looks like Purdue Black is going to be banning the Zarya. That seems perfectly fair based on the Zarya play from Rick that last map.
As they say, if you don't have an answer, just ban it.
That does tend to help. Can't beat the Zarya, just don't let them play Zarya.
Mm-hmm.
Problem solved. Zarya would have actually gone pretty good on this map as well. So that is probably a good pick here. What will MTSU come back with? Do you think there was anything on Purdue's side that was causing MTSU problems? From what you could tell?
I don't really think so, because their best was the Vendetta, and I thought MTSU was also rolling with that Vendetta, so they'd probably be willing to go band for band with that.
Yeah, I would agree. The Vendetta, I mean, it could be a decent band still, but it does mean that they would be down their Vendetta as well, like you were saying. So that could potentially cause them problems if they were to do that.
Yeah. So as we saw the two different styles of chakra that Sigma and Zarya play with, what do you think What do you think that leads to?
I don't know. Depends. Hmm. Generally, poke into brawl. Those are the two kind of play styles that you have there. The To me, the Zarya kind of can win that fight if she can get to the Sigma. If Sigma is good about kiting and can run back, then problem solved. Zarya can't reach you, Zarya can't hurt you. However, both
Yeah.
teams are playing with a Lucio, which does make that a little bit different. There's some timings of engaging and getting out, trying to kite the enemy Zarya.
Why do you think both teams are opting to play with the Lucio?
Speed is just broken in Overwatch. It has been since Lucio came out, which was when the game came out.
Yeah, speed's a very important part because in a game where time is such an important factor, how long you're on the point, how fast you can get to the point, how fast you can move, it's gonna cause difficulties if you don't have that speed. So,
It really does. Speed. Lucio has
mhm.
kind of been not necessarily like prominent meta, but always around. Looks like they're gonna ban the Ashe.
Ooh,
Ashe.
that I could see it. They Purdue was playing a lot of that Ash. I forget which player it is, sadly.
It
My
was Mecha
memory
Ray.
is yeah, Mecha
And they
Ray,
did
and
have a
I
couple
saw
of
it
good picks too.
on the first map, especially when they came in and they took that point. I saw Mecha Ray was very important to that. So we'll see what Mecha Ray can answer with. I'm sure he can play. They can play on any hit scan.
Most likely. I am not as familiar with this team. Teams have changed a lot since my year missing from Purdue, so I do not know any of these players. I know Zeradol. Zeradol I do recognize. The other players, I feel like I recognize the names, but I do not know them, unfortunately. At least not as well. So I cannot speak to how good they are, other than that this is Purdue Black, which is, I believe, the
One of
second
the best
team
teams
in
that
the
we
club.
have at Purdue.
Yeah, I think it's second in the club, maybe third, something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, Purdue is black and
well,
gold. Clearly, black's gonna have to be at the close to the top. I
yeah.
don't know what I can say about MTSU Lightning. Lightning is not a color, so I can't determine whether they're good or not.
Did you ready up?
Uh, NA Prod. Prod R. Just assume I am. I will
Yeah.
react accordingly. Probably. Sorry, I am typing to the players here.
Well, they were trash talking him in the chat.
That is correct, because I am not paying any attention. This is what happens when you have me prod and casting at the same time. I told them this was a bad idea. Esperança. That's how you say
Esperanza.
it.
Well,
Okay.
both Portuguese, so
Yes, that does make sense. Let me switch to
that
our
that, that
match here.
changes things.
And
I was
we
thinking
are
about
on our
Catalan.
match. Match is coming up. We did not flip sides or anything, so we're just waiting for players to spawn in here. I keep having to alt-tab to pause my music because it doesn't come through if we're on the match. Alright, here we go. Look at some of our, look at some map decorations here.
Portugal,
This is in
Country?
Portugal.
that helped discover the world for Europe. Now it is a site of battle between two teams, MTSU and Purdue Black.
Looks like
Now-
MTSU is going to be rolling out on basically the exact same comp, except they've changed to the Freya here, which does a lot more burst damage. Purdue is rolling out with a very similar comp as well, except they're switching off the Lucio for a Wuyong, and they've also switched to a Wrecking Ball from Rafflecopter here. Take a look at the Wrecking Ball to start. Get some early
And
damage.
he gets chonked out.
Oh, he does? He did take a lot of damage there. I didn't even see that. MTSU is starting their dive. Purdue is able to withhold it for now, at least.
Hold it, and they're still fighting. The robots.
Force the Kiri TP. Ends up rolling right into the big sword lady. that does cause problems for your health. See what Zeradol is able to do with these Wuyong orbs, controlling them. Is he able to get any good damage in? The Vendetta's trade in the back somewhere.
Wuyong's pretty low.
That Freya already has ult. That was an incredibly quick ult from Freya.
Apple Dog is just hidden.
He didn't even trigger his passive, which is even crazier. The Freya has a passive where every, I believe, 3 final blows she gets an extra like 15% on her ult. She somehow got her ult without that. You can see she's only at 2 out of the 3 right now. W Drago does get a kill on the other Purdue Vendetta. Rafflecopter spinning around the point. Unfortunately dies in the process.
And with the one tank down, you're wishing it was 6v6 and you had another one.
That is kind of true. Usually once the tank goes down, since we are in a one tank situation and have been for the past like 3 years or something like that. One tank going down is kind of the end sometimes. Just how it is.
Tank's the most. And that was the last time Matthew played the game.
That was not the last time I played the game. Thank you very much. See what the Vendetta on Purdue is up to here. Maybe able to get this Lucio. Chasing him down. Does get him, but ends up dying for it. Mecha Ray on the Sojourn.
And they're kind of like an archipelago, and they're all going down, island by island.
It is a lot of staggering going on here. Just one person dying at a time, and then not letting things, or the Purdue's not able to regroup properly. Rafflecopter does get a pick, but
Yeah.
Biscuit with Lucio B keeps his team alive, keeps their team alive. They are not letting.
I just feel like this
Wrecking
ball
Ball
is
do anything.
is
Not
always
doing enough
down on
damage.
health.
he doesn't have enough health to stay in, and he's not doing enough damage, unfortunately. Is able to maybe get the kill. No, the Kiri just TP's out. What doesn't help the Wrecking Ball here is that everyone on...
I just want to see the stats for a moment.
Yes. Everyone on MTSU's team can run away from Wrecking Ball.
Only 3 deaths on MTSU. Oh, now it's reached.
Take a look at the,
okay.
take a
Well,
look at
it's
W
changed
Drago,
now.
see what his ult is. Purdue is able to get the kills that they need to win that team fight. It was bound to happen eventually, you know, law of averages, but
Yeah.
we'll see if they can maintain this momentum.
They got 6 minutes to right their wrongs.
They have a lot of wrongs to right, though. See if that's a big Vendetta ult. Is this gonna be a Vendetta sweep? Almost. Rick ruins the Vendetta sweep. It does give Purdue a chance to regroup. They are gonna be able to try and contest this final meters again. Rafflecopter dropping some mines.
And it's a battle for their heart right now, and who can win. Oh, great use by the ball. Able to get the Kiriko down just a lot.
Basayaka is able to finish up the Kiriko too. Does get another kill on the Freya.
Seems like the Tracer's getting
from Rick
more
too,
work.
which is pretty good. Unfortunately, Rick does get a kill with the Primal.
Seems like Purdue's gonna move into the objective, and they're gonna start to get their first movement soon.
Yeah, they're finally starting to enter their objective, their attacking side. Biscuit and Basayaka here dueling for the fate of the map for some reason in the back line. Freya coming over to help. See what's going on the point here. Good kill by Rafflecopter on the Kiriko. That's gonna help keeping this push alive.
Yeah, and you're starting to see why they wanted to pick that ball. It's starting to get more better.
Makes you wonder if there's a reason that it was banned on the first map as well. Unfortunately, Purdue just can't seem to string together enough here to actually get a good push going. Only getting 11 meters. Basically,
Three are
that
down,
was almost
just
one
leaving
clip,
bait.
but
And it's just a
Appledog
Lucio versus the world, wishing he had one more teammate like it was 6v6.
is your whole goal just to make people want 6v6 back?
No, just to make you want it back.
I don't know that I do. That's a discussion for another day, though.
I'm not a developer, I don't get paid.
Yep, that is correct.
This is restricted airspace.
Oh, good kill by
Omega right there.
Sojourn.
We are even on number of players. It's 4v4 currently. Almost kills the Vendetta, but not enough. Appledog getting those picks, those 2 kills.
That Freya has been, with like her bolts, she has been just been piercing through Purdue's team.
Really has.
And Purdue's about to reach their objective and the end of the map. Can Purdue defend long enough to get back? It's 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Purdue's starting to push the
Rafflecopter
point
does
back.
get the pick with the mines, able to
On the
kill that
tank.
tank. That is going to kind of put a stop to MTSU's push here.
Yaka also gets the Freya down. That's been causing them so much trouble. W Drago gets Purdue's support of Xeratal of Lucio.
Killing the Lucio here is a big deal. It prevents speeding around the fights and being able to chase effectively.
Yeah.
Then again,
Remember,
Lucio
they-
is
they
quick
have-
and he's already seemingly back in the fight, so problem
Yeah,
solved there.
I'm,
Biscuit
both-
with the
both
big
teams have
barrier,
taken-
big sound barrier to keep his team alive. Bad.
oh. 3 down
3
on
kills.
Purdue.
It's not the end of the fight yet
2
because they have enough
DPSs
to
and
stall
1
still.
support. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to reach the objective and finish them off.
But it is very. It's in a very precarious situation for Purdue. One fight and they are done. And an early pick on the Kiriko is not a good start. Rick getting the kill on
Not
Mekare
good at
as
all.
well. Unfortunately for Purdue, this might be the end of this map. W Drago. Yep. 1 Lucio left against the world, and unfortunately he can't even make it back to spawn.
And MTSU is riding the lightning right now. They're up 2-0 in the series over Purdue Black.
There you go. That was a good one. I liked that one.
Let's see if the various different fountains can dispel that on the campus.
See what the MTSU play of the game is here with W Drago. 2 kills on the Vendetta.
3.
Almost 3.
Almost there, yeah. I thought he got it. But that Vendetta is showing a lot of power. Let's see if Purdue tries to ban it on their next map.
I would be very upset with Purdue if they don't ban the Vendetta on the next map. That is the easiest ban that you could ever have. They should almost certainly ban the Vendetta. I mean, it does prevent you from using Vendetta, but I would rather you have no Vendetta than they have Vendetta, if that makes sense.
It's looking like our map might be Watchpoint Gibraltar on payload.
If Adam, tell me the lore reason why Watchpoint Gibraltar is now a steaming mess of fire and destruction.
The Italian Frogmen raid in 1942 had been teleported forward in time onto the Gibraltar Peninsula.
I see. Unfortunately, you are wrong, but we will go with your answer because it's funny. Purdue has banned Winston, which is, I will admit, that is a good ban still, especially on Watchpoint Gibraltar. I still think the Vendetta is hurting them a lot more. But the Winston is a very good ban on Watchpoint Gibraltar because Winston can abuse that high ground very well. Even with the changes to Gibraltar, there's still a lot of high ground for him to abuse. Let's see what MTSU is going to counter ban or respond with. They are 1 map away from winning. So if they get a good ban here, and if they just play the cards right, they might be able to just win out.
How do you think this 2-0 is going to affect the socioeconomic status of Watchpoint Gibraltar?
It effectively will not mess with the socioeconomic status of Watchpoint Gibraltar because one, this is a game inside of or a match inside of a competitive video game, so that does not matter. And two, Watchpoint Gibraltar is not a real life location.
Are you?
Does that answer your question?
No, but
Okay.
we'll get back to it.
I tried. Waiting on MTSU ban to come through here. They are spending their time internally debating what they need to ban. My answer to that question is you're up 2-0, just pick something. They cannot
wrecking
re-ban
ball.
something that they cannot ban something they have already banned. So you
they
cannot
banned Wrecking
repeat
Ball
the
map
Wrecking
one,
Ball
didn't they?
ban. Correct. We've already seen the Freya out, the Zarya, and the Ashe. I don't believe they can repeat the opponent team bans as well. Not entirely
I
certain.
would ban
on
the
that one.
Sigma.
Sigma might be a decent ban. Sigma, especially on the second point here of Gibraltar, would be pretty good. On the first point, you probably won't see Sigma as often just because the high ground is very hard to get back up to with Sigma. But definitely on the second and third points, you'll be pretty likely to see a Sigma. So I could see that being the ban. Although, now that I think for more than 2 seconds, I believe they cannot ban a tank because Purdue already banned a tank. So Purdue
That is a good point,
banning the Winston
Monster.
has effectively protected the Sigma. They ban the Ana, which is interesting considering Purdue
We have
didn't
not seen one all
play
series.
Ana. No one has played Ana.
I guess they just don't want to go into the antes, deal with the antes that Purdue might. It's a ban of who don't you want to face rather than who have you been facing.
That might be
You see-
all it is.
Go.
Prod also are here.
Yeah, he's
I
a
remember
man
his
of many talents. Kind of like a chicken patty sandwich. We're going to
Okay.
see a lot of stuff that you may have never seen before.
I don't know where he was going with that one. But an attempt was made, I think. Adam, do you have any comments on the icons of MTSU being wolf, 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 bunny? Sorry, let me be more specific. Bunny who is clearly nervous.
As my favorite artist Warren Zevon would say, I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain, looking for a beef of little beef chow mein, doing the werewolves in London.
I see. Unfortunately, MTSU is in the middle of Tennessee, not London. But we can dream. And we are now getting ready to enter our potentially last map. This is match point for MTSU. They are on the verge of getting their first win of the season.
Purdue needs to play with their life on the line. This watch point will be their life point. We're
That
back
one
in map
didn't
3
hit as
with
hard as I
Purdue
think he
Black
intended.
and MTSU Lightning.
Talon has taken over Watchpoint Gibraltar. Is MTSU going to be
Depends how many
Talon
forms.
today, or is that going to be Purdue? Or is Purdue going to be defending it? Let's see what comps we're going to roll out on here. Rick actually going to be the one on the Sigma. Sigma for a offensive push is potentially I honestly, I don't know how much I like it. That's where I'm getting at. I don't know how much I like it. We also see W Drago still on the Vendetta, and we will see how many problems. I don't know, you get what I'm trying to say. How
Similar
problematic
comp
they
in
can be.
Purdue.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers in.
We'll follow our Rafflecopter on our Wrecking Ball here.
Stop the pace.
Otherwise, very similar comp coming out from MTSU. An
Ooh,
early
Wrecking Ball
stun
just
on the
got
Wrecking
stunned
Ball is
and
going
that
to prevent him from really getting much done in that fight. W Drago gets the early pick onto Basayaka based on the Tracer. And that's going to be potentially stopping this fight from
Another stun, and
further
he's in the
progress.
corner.
the Sigma into the Wrecking Ball. You know, now that I'm thinking again for more than 2 seconds, I like the Sigma choice now.
I do
Combined
too.
with the Freya
There-
into the Wrecking Ball, it's gonna do a lot of damage.
And the Wrecking Ball's all by himself, wishing his team was beside him.
MTSU just kind of rolling through that first point. Mega Ray does get the pick on the W Dragger. That is a good pick. That might help Purdue actually hold the end of this first
Yeah,
point
you
here.
you see why
Another
they
good
wanted
pick by
Bandit.
Mega Ray.
And he's changing the
0.01, Purdue almost gave it up anyways.
He's changing the paradigm himself.
I have not actually seen the updated version of this map. There's some new things here. Like there's a hole in the wall. That's new. There wasn't a hole before. There's a lot of fire. That wasn't there before.
Mecha Ray's doing the damage, and he's gonna get Sigma ulted. Ooh, downtown.
That is going to be enough for
Yeah.
MTSU to secure the point here.
4 minutes and 44 seconds to get to the next objective. Purdue's gonna have to hold on with their life on the line.
Zeradol is 1v2ing in here and unfortunately not going to live.
W Drago is showing why the Vendetta
Apple Dog.
is feared.
It's not just the Vendetta though. Apple Dog on the Freya has been doing
Thanks
their
for
part
patching
as
me up.
well.
Yeah, these DPSs have been chopping and churning like it's an episode of Master Chef.
The Freya Vendetta combo. I have not seen it before, but that seems to be working out pretty well for MTSU here. Base Ayaka does switch to a Freya of their own. Can't beat the Freya, then just join the Freya. Rafflecopter does get a pick onto the Sigma with his mines, then gets another kill onto Biscuit on the Kiriko before getting out. That is going to put a stop to MTSU's push here.
Yeah, and they're just gonna go back and reconnoiter the battlefield again.
I'm sorry, what was that word that you used?
Reconnoiter.
I'm going to assume that that is a real word.
It is.
Okay.
And we're seeing a
Rafflecopter
lot.
engaging with the slam.
Yeah, a lot of use from Rafflecopter. Even he has so much tankiness. He was things like,
Zeradol going
oh,
aggressive
Ryan,
with the Wuyong ult. It's able to get 2 kills out of that. That's an impressive Wuyong ult there. Saves his Wrecking
2
Ball
kills.
too, before dying
Yeah.
himself. Rafflecopter is the last
And we'll-
member alive here. Is he going to be able to hold the point long enough? Unfortunately
Sadly not.
It was a valiant effort there though.
4 minutes and 26 seconds on the payload to get to where they need.
MTSU has kind of been rolling this attack. Purdue just can't seem to
Yeah.
get a good stop. They got 1, and that was about the extent of what they've been able to do so far.
We have 2 ults right now. Oh, well, we have 1.
There, Purdue does start to engage. They use the Kiriko ult to go in. Cannot
Obey
find a kill off
Sayaka's
of that.
staying off the board.
Rafflecopter is able to get out, but now MTSU is taking the aggressive angle, and they're pushing in. They're getting the kills that Purdue was needing. Finally, Purdue's able to get a stop here, and they're actually able to hold.
Yeah, 3 kills. Bob has been used, changing the game to 6v5.
Bob effectively adding another tank DPS turret does help.
Purdue's up on the high ground. They're going to be chopping and churning like they're at the bodega.
See what this Vendetta all can find here. Waits till the Kiri Suzu comes out. Not able to find anything, but did bait the Suzu. Is not able to get out. W Drago starts going in instead. See if they can find anything else. They use their ult just to kill someone. That feels kind of petty, but it worked. Zeradol does put the Wuyong barrier on someone, but it does not do enough.
In a
Oh,
game
well,
of inches,
I
it
lied.
matters
It
so
did do
much.
enough. That kept Purdue in it.
They're
I'm
in
getting
it.
confused. When I switch to the other side, the kill feed switches colors. It is
Yep,
marginally
I
annoying.
have noticed that.
That is quite annoying.
This ball is on top of the world.
Are they able to get the pick on the Kiri? No, they just bait up the Suzu and then get out. Are they able to get out in the first
Oh,
place? No.
Ooh, W Drago gonna get with the pick or the vendetta against that ball.
Oh, Mecha Ray didn't have enough ammo to finish off the Freya. And they're gonna get Sigma ulted out. Rafflecopter is
The ball's
back
on the
right
payload.
ball.
He's holding
Yeah.
it with his life. He's like a
Can't make it to-
magnet.
He can't make it to the health pack.
He needs to get back there.
Time.
They're 0.53. One pick. Purdue has to throw their bodies into the fire, hoping they can get enough time, but they can't.
They did manage to take 3 minutes off that clock though, which is
Yeah, that was
pretty
pretty impressive. Now let's see if they can have a good showing on attack, or MTSU will continue to ride the lightning.
Initiating match.
What is it that Purdue needs to do here? What are they missing?
I just think it's a general lack of cohesion. There's like there's something in their soul that needs to come together as a team and play together, take it one step at a time, and get the picks, get the kills that they need. I feel like there's a little bit of panic, especially now that they're going to be down 3-0, and they're facing a team that they've struggled to win on the past 2 maps. They're going to need to get some kills to even out the score.
Now, whether you are able to actually glean that insight or you're making things up, I do not know. But this is the first match of the season, and teams, as far as I know, are new for this season. There is a decent chance that these players have not all played together before, and they don't know how each other play, and they're still getting used to each other. I don't even know if they've scrimmed yet. Especially with so many new changes on this patch, this is that very well could be the main problem for Purdue here. Mecha Ray with the early pick onto the Kiriko.
Yeah, and they're gonna start moving that payload.
That is gonna. They also push that Rick off the high ground, push the Sigma off the high ground. That is kind of a
think
big
the
deal. That
ball-
is gonna let Purdue take the high ground for themselves.
Yeah, the ball's gonna show a lot of power on this attack.
Unfortunately,
I say,
W
on
Drago
this
does
map.
pick off Mecha Ray, not letting them do much
Yeah.
damage.
They're still pushing the
Rafflecopter
payload.
gets the Mega Health Pack, is able to escape with their life.
Rafflecopter's
Spotted
showing
by
a
the
lot
Freya.
of power by going in the background, and he's just getting and chunking and whatever. They're gonna get out of the tunnel here, and they're gonna have to get through the curve to get the first point.
They didn't get quite out of the tunnel. They got stuck right underneath that last bit of high ground there.
Yeah.
Common place they gets stopped. Or the car gets stopped on Gibraltar. W Drago does get an early pick onto the Kiriko. It's gonna
Yeah,
be the
unable
catalyst
to get
for
this drift.
MTSU here.
And then you go back. Ooh, good hit on W Drago. But they're able to get out. Intriguing.
Does prevent
Yeah,
the saggers,
Purdue-
which is good. Rick has
Yeah,
taken the
Purdue-
high ground back again as the Sigma for MTSU. Having this high ground is a big deal in Gibraltar. It keeps them from actually being able to push. Although Rafflecopter is able to sneak the car up the rest of that
Yeah,
ramp.
pretty impressive, and it forces the Sigma off the high ground.
Take a look at Mecha right here again.
They're at 40 HP. They're down a bit, but they're better left alive than dead.
Apple Dog almost getting caught out breathing too hard for Mecha Ray's life.
Yeah.
Is able to
Unlucky
kill
that
Mecha
they're
Ray
able
though.
to get the kill.
Space Ayaka able to finish off anyone here. Looks like MTSU has gotten back to healthy, so unfortunately not. able to get any more picks there. Another pick for MTSU onto Zeradol. It's gonna keep Purdue back a little bit longer.
1 minute and 30 seconds left for Purdue.
Let's take a look at W Drago on this next Vendetta engage. Ravelcopter is able to get a pick onto the Kiriko. See if Zeradol is going to use their Wuyong ult to help his team engage.
One of those things they gotta do
Frey
sooner
ult
than
was
rather
mixed.
than later.
He didn't get the Wuyong ult up in time though. Could have saved Ravelcopter there. W Drago again using the Vendetta ult just to secure a kill. Just using it quickly to
it's
get
pretty-
that tiny bit of extra range.
I think it's pretty smart because getting a pick on something as a Kiriko is going to stall the push and it gives you more time for your
Definitely does.
other more
Staggers them just a
important
bit longer.
ults.
I've never seen the Vendetta ult actually used like that. That is a unique use that I think is very good.
Purdue
Using it
has
just
almost
secure the kills.
has all their ults. And I hope to see them clear their
just
point.
throws a pulse bomb, is not able to stick. Mecha Ray gets caught by the Sigma ult again. This might be the end of
All
Purdue
two of
for
Rick.
this first match.
Biscuit gets free.
It is down to Rafflecopter. Can Rafflecopter stall long enough for his team to return?
We've seen the ball be a problem all
seconds.
night.
Oh, the
Let's see if
Vendetta
they can-
overhead swing pulls him right back down to the ground. He's able to keep the shields to live long enough. Bob does touch the point. You can see Bob on the point down here. He is keeping Purdue
Yeah.
alive, but now that the point's pushed up, Bob's no longer touching.
Bob's no longer touching. But they're still
Bob
able,
did get it picked
they're
up.
still moving.
Bayaka gets
Oh.
caught.
W Drago gets killed. Both DPSs are down.
Zeradol gets a pick on the or kill on the Kiriko, but it seems like it might be too
Kiriko.
little, too late.
Too little, too late, and it's up to Rafflecopter again. Oh, and he just doesn't
That
get
is
back
gonna
on
be
point
it.
in time. And you know what they say, lightning doesn't strike twice, but we just saw it strike 3 times in a row.
It seems like we did. MTSU Lightning is going to be our victor for this map, or for this
Yeah.
for this match with a clean sweep 3-0 of Purdue Black.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the best start to Purdue Black's season. They hopefully will be able to learn from this though and take more of this information into their future scrims and figure out how
Something
to
that
win these next
every
games through the season.
every loss will teach you more than a win, so they should hang their heads high and just keep on working on it.
I never actually showed what the map was on my map screen here. Escort Gibraltar. I broke the stream overlay. It's over. That's an unfortunate end of the production. But congrats to MTSU for their first win of the season. Purdue Black has seems like they have some stuff to learn and some things to figure out with their team, and hopefully they can keep moving up from here. You can only move up
Yeah.
after your first loss of the season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed our stream of this match and our interesting commentary, having done this once in our
Very
life
little
before.
times in our life.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.